What's up, everybody, and welcome to the Weekday Wagers live on a beautiful Friday. I hope everybody's having a good time hanging out with us. We do have a special show. We're going to do a little split decision revolving around the MLB All-Star Game, maybe around a little bit more of the Derby. But before we get going too far, let's take a look back at how we did last week. And we're looking at a Preston Bostian who did just one win better than shredded lettuce. But as always, Robbie Hockey going 3-1. And then Mark had a rough time. He talked a lot about that Friday, right? And then ended up having more plays over the weekend. He should have stuck to those Friday plays for sure. But all in all, it is a good time. And as always, I do have the three stooges here with us. It's us three. But make sure you check out our show. It is live every Monday through Friday, 2 p.m. Eastern. We had a great time this week, just overall. A lot of good plays, a lot of cashing just within the shows Monday through Thursday. And then today, we're going to bounce back again and have a great Friday. But Mark, you're the man in the middle. How are you, sir?
Doing great, DG. Excited. Ready to put last weekend behind me. Looking forward to this weekend. And trying to find something to keep busy over this upcoming All-Star break, but haven't found it yet. Maybe cricket.
Well, speaking of crickets, we do have the Preston comment here from Boom Boom. Same record as Mark. So it is what it is. You have anything to say for yourself of going up against a Preston and end up duplicating exactly what he did?
It doesn't make it better. So congratulations. Maybe.
True. All right. The other guy on the end is Robbie. How are you, sir?
I'm good. I don't think Riley Green has hit a prop since Friday, so that's not on me. That's on him. He's bad at baseball. I'm good at betting. He just sucks at his sport, but I'm good. I'm here.
I feel you. All right. Well, we have a little bit different of a show. And yes, we were running just a little bit late. I got caught up in doing my real work stuff. And everything ran over, and we are doing a little bit more. We're putting more of us into this show. And so because of that, it is taking a little bit of time on the back end, the producing, but also, getting everything set up. But I hope you enjoy the new look, a little bit different of a flavor that we have. But we have our 12 pack of plays as we always have, especially on Fridays. And there's a guy that's going to lead us off as always. So Robbie, all I need is 2 plays for you. What you got, sir?
Yeah, man, let's go ahead and start with Aaron Judge, 2+ total bases at -125. Love this spot tonight. He's over this in 6 of his last 10 games. He's cleared this line in 3 of his last 5 versus the Cubs. But what the greatest look at this matchup is what he does against Chris Flexen. Judge is 3 for 6 with 2 home runs and a double on Flexen. Judge is great on Fridays with a .379 average, .815 slug, and 16 home runs. I know his home run prop is a little low, but you can always pair that with somebody else, hint, hint, and get you to some good odds. Second play tonight, we're going to go to a hit parlay with Jonathan Aranda and TJ Friedel, whatever. He's going to cash. It doesn't matter what his last name is. And that's at -103. Aranda has a hit in 6 straight games. He's cleared this line in 6 of his last 10. And we get that lefty versus righty narrative that I like against Dobbins. Dobbins is also allowing a 270 OBA, so I think they like to say OBA. I hate that word. And then we got a 4.41 slugging and a 171 ISO against lefties. I love that spot for Aranda. I'm not playing his home run prop, but I do like him to get a hit. And then TJ Friedel has a hit in 7 of his last 10 games. He's 7 for 9 against Colorado, and he's 2 for 3 with 2 home runs against German Marquez. Now, I do like a home run prop tonight.
All right, we'll go ahead and get those 2 in now. They are Friday, and we're going to be very heavy on Friday. But if you stay tuned, maybe you'll get some bonus picks for a Saturday because the 2 gentlemen next to me both have a pick on Saturday. But, Mark, I'm going to let you go next, good sir. What you got on this beautiful Friday?
Let's start off with a little WNBA. We've got the Atlanta Dream taking on the Indiana Fever in Indiana, and Caitlin Clark is back, although looked a little shaky just the other day in that game that they lost. I'm taking both teams to score over 79.5. Basically, we need both teams to get to 80 points at -110. The Dream have been struggling in the standings, but their road scoring average is over 83 points per game. They've hit 90 in 2 of their last 3 trips to Indy. Alicia Gray leads a charge. She's putting up nearly 20 a night. And this team has shown that they can fill it up, especially when they get out in transition. Indiana is averaging 84.8 points per game when they're playing at home. They've cleared that 80-point mark in 6 of the last 8. I love this spot for both teams to really push it. We've got tempo, we've got star power, and neither one of them is showing any signs of defense. Look for both teams to get to the 80-point mark here. And then I gave this out in the chat on the Coaching Company morning show this morning. I love this play. We're going to lock in a team-specific NRFI to add to a inning NRFI to bring the juice way down to a playable level. We're going to go Pittsburgh, Minnesota, no run first inning, plus the Washington Nationals, no run first inning. You can get that at plus 101 is where I got that on BetMGM. I know some other people found it with a little higher odds, so make sure you shop around. Look, we got Paul Skeens and Joe Ryan on the mound. Enough said. If you want stats, here, try this one. 19-0, no run first inning between the two of them. We're going to pair that with the Washington Nationals, who are going up against Kansas City Royals starter Michael Waka. He doesn't do that in the first inning. In fact, he holds teams scoreless in the first inning. He has been an absolute clutch. The Nationals just don't score. They failed. They're scoring less than 30% in the first inning, and that number goes down to 19 when they're on the road. Put them both together for plus 101.
All right, Mark. I am dying over here laughing. One, the last one that I remember was the Waka. That's pretty funny. Does anybody know where the Waka comes from?
No, I heard it on the show.
I can't think of off the top of my head, but yeah, I have heard it, yes, but I don't know where it's from.
So I do, but I'm going to hold off for a second. I want to ask the chat because there's no reason for me to give it away. But the Waka, you should understand there. Okay, Joe
Muppets.
Did come with it. The
That's
Muppet
it.
Babies. Okay,
Yeah.
So I think it's Animal. Is it Animal? That's
Animal. Yeah.
Waka. Yeah. Anyway, so that's where I didn't know if you were going there, but that's where I went there. And then you said something earlier that I'm over here laughing. Like, I'm glad that we do the single shot now because I'm dying. I even gave it a hand clap, and I was just like, oh my God. Like, I don't know what you said. I don't remember at this point, but it had me in stitches for sure.
I just said it's Paul Skeens and Joe Ryan are squaring off. And if you want more stats other than those two big names.
The stats one got me. You want these stats? Here, try these stats. And I was like, all right. You know what? It could be Fozzie, by the way. It could
because it was
It's
Fozzie
the bear
was
looking
the
thing,
Waka
Fozzie
Waka.
Bear.
Yeah. Animal was the drummer.
That's what it is. All right. Quick things real quick. I want to get to before we move too far through this because I saw some comments in here. Going back to you, Robbie, Joe likes the hits, runs, and RBIs. I would assume it's at 2.5 instead of the total bases because of the walks. Is that where we're at?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you like that as well? Or maybe that the reason you went with total bases is because of one swing? I don't know.
I think just one swing is all it's going to take tonight. I think he goes yard. That's the reason why I took that one. Then you get a better price.
Okay. All right. Well, I like it. And then Mikey P is coming over here throwing in a Jazz plus 650 to win Vegas Summer League. I literally give me your $5 because it's a pure donation. I do have a
Walter
play.
Clayton, MVP of the Summer League for the Utah Jazz. I like it, Mikey.
Mikey, I do not like it, unfortunately. All right. Speaking of the Summer League, let's go ahead and go with my picks here. And I'm going to go with these two Summer League plays. First, we're going the Celtics and the Grizzlies. This is a 4:00 Eastern start. So very much not too long after the show's off, you're going to be able to get these in. But I'm going to go the Celtics and Grizzlies over the 185.5. It's at minus 105 where I saw it. I even saw on DraftKings that they had 187 as the total at minus 110. It was still 185.5 when I got on the show. But who knows if that thing's going to move. But this game is going to be a track meet. I said it the other day about the game. It was the Cavs and the Pacers, and it was a track meet, and they both scored like crazy. But Memphis is averaging 97.6 points per game, even when their best players don't play in the first 3 games when they played in Utah. So go ahead and look to get this one over. And then pairing with this is a guy who I like, their best player, Gigi Jackson, 20-plus points. It's at minus 120. He's averaging 23.5 in the 2 games that he played, and he scored 20 points in both games. So I'm liking my guy, Gregory Jackson, to go ahead and score his 20 points. All right, so that's going to be our 2 plays from each of us, but we have more that we're going to get into. And I like how Taj is coming in here with a Sia Suzuki play. And so I love that. And I know that other people do as well. But Robbie, I know you got to play on a 2 more on Friday. So go ahead and give me your Friday plays.
Yeah, other play we're going to is Hunter Goodman, 2 hits, runs, and RBIs at -115. He's cashed his props in 5 of his last 10. Not great, could be better. However, he has cashed this in 7 of his last 10 on the road and against right-handed pitchers. He also has 5 home runs in those away games compared to just 2 home runs at home. Chase Burns, he's allowing a .300 batting average and .600 slug percentage with 1.9 home runs in the last 9. Goodman is slugging a .524 with 12 home runs on right-handed pitchers this season. So I love the hits, runs, RBIs. I wouldn't mind sprinkling a little bit on the home run prop for him tonight. Second play, going to go Corey Seager. I don't know if anybody's been hotter in the month of July than Corey Seager. He's gone over in this prop in 9 of his last 10 overall with 3 home runs in those 10 games. He's cashed this prop in 6 of his last 10 versus Houston with 3 home runs against Houston. He's only seen McCullers 3 times in his career. He grounded out twice and he was walked. I would actually look too in this game, depending on how the flow is going, if it's a tight game or if Seager's about to lead off, I would look to cash his walk prop because I think he will get walked again tonight. But it just depends on the flow of the game and if he's leading off or not.
Sorry, I got caught up looking for this play for mine, but I do like those plays for sure. So go ahead and get those in now. Those are his 4 plays that he has, but he also got a bonus for you on a Saturday. All right, you have 1 more on a Friday, Mark. So what you got there Friday?
We are backing the Cincinnati Reds because the Rockies are absolutely horrible. I don't know how many different ways we can say they suck. They suck. Getting a run line at -112 right in this spot, especially against the Rockies, is a gift. I love it. They're just 10-36 when they're away from home. They're sending out Herman Marquez. Dude's got an ERA over 8. What else do you want to know? I mean, all these things, they all add up to the same damn thing. The Rockies suck. Cincinnati Reds, they cover the run line -112.
Easy enough. So if you like the Reds, Mark likes the Reds because Rockies suck. So easy enough. All right, let's go ahead and I'm going to finish up mine over here. And as you can tell, I am very heavy on some basketball. So let's go ahead and finish out the Jazz and the Hornets. I'm going over the 180.5. It's at -108. The Jazz are averaging 97 points per game over the first 3 games. If you missed it at all, it was a 112 to 111 regular time. They did not go into overtime. The Grizzlies versus the Jazz, both of those teams like to play up and down, especially in Summer League. And so go ahead and get this game now because the Hornets, they have Con Knipple, Liam McNeely, TJ Salon. If you look at the Jazz, we're talking about Ace Bailey, Walter Clayton, Kyle Filipowski, Cody Williams, Bryce Sensabaugh, all guys that can score. They don't play defense, one of them. And so we're going to go over the 180.5. And then Natasha Howard in the WNBA. She plays for the Fever. And so this game is tonight as well. 6+ rebounds at +130. I looked at this, and I want to make sure I share the value and the knowledge because I'm a big brain guy. Said nobody ever. But if you go with the over 5.5 rebounds, it's at +110 on most books. But if you go look at BetMGM, it's the same. But go to 6+ rebounds. You can get a +130. She's averaging 8.2 rebounds per game versus Atlanta in her career, 8.5 in the last 4 games, 9.2 in just the last 5 games, just overall. I guarantee that she's going to get these. I love this play so much. It is my favorite play. So go ahead, Natasha Howard today. You're shaking your head.
You're dropping the G word? I mean, what?
Guarantee.
I love that meme, by the way, or GIF, whatever that's from.
I do too.
The furniture store? Is that the one? Is that the one you're talking about?
I was thinking of big Charles Barkley.
Oh no, no, I can't share it here. It's inappropriate. But get on Instagram, look for furniture store commercials. It's in there.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and stick with some WNBA before we give you our bonus bet. So we have one Saturday play, maybe a bonus bet on Saturday, but go ahead and give me your bonus play on a Saturday. Mark?
Oh, all right. My bonus play is Angel Reese. We're going to look. If you haven't already jumped on this rebounding train, I don't care how she gets them. She gets them. Over 12.5 rebounds at minus 130. She's hit this in 7 of her last 10 games, including 6 straight overs from between June 22nd and July 8th. Really? It's 6 of the last 7 games. She didn't hit it in the last game. Whatever. She's pulling down almost 19 rebounds a night over that stretch. That is elite company. I get that half of them are from her own shots. I don't care. She's still grabbing them. Here's the kicker, though. This matchup on Saturday is against Minnesota, and Angel has absolutely owned the glass when it comes to the Lynx. She's faced them 3 times in her career, gone over in all 3, averaging a ridiculous 17 rebounds per game. I'm going to say this. I'm going to say it right now here on Weekday Wagers. With her elite rebounding skills, relentless positioning, plus she's getting about 35 plus minutes out of a workload, this number is way too low. Love it.
Bro, elite.
We've said guaranteed, and we've said Angel Reese is elite.
So full disclosure.
Sucks.
Full disclosure. Seabass's check did cash. So
good deal.
Right,
we'll put that towards production for sure.
I'll take a producer at this point. All right. Well, that is your 12 pack of plays. But as always, you know your guy, Robbie, has you taken care of for the bonus play. And so he's going to give you the Baker's dozen. So what do you have for Saturday?
Look, man, this fight is in Nate's backyard. So Nate the Train Landwehr, he lives in Clarksville, literally 10 minutes from my house. He's a stand-up dude, but he has one more chance in the UFC this Saturday to win, and I think he will. He's going up against Morgan Charrier, whatever. Morgan's won every fight. He's got 20 wins. They've all been by knockout. Not great. But like I said, this is Nate's last fight. If he loses, he's done. It's probably over. His wife, they're expecting their second born. He's got that pissed off, I'll kill anyone for my kid vibes going. And it's the hometown advantage. Like, he's going to be in Nashville. He's going to be hyped up. Also, the last fight didn't go his way, but he broke his hand in the first round. So I don't know how you guys fight, but if you're fighting a UFC fighter with one hand, more times than not, you're going to lose. I love Nate tonight. I think that everything's on his side. I don't know why this is at plus 225, but I think Nate gets it done tonight.
All right, Nate the Train. I love a good nickname, and so I love that we can have that up there. It makes it look good, makes it look all sexy, especially for a bonus pick. So why not? All right, well, those are your 12-pack plus 1, so a little Baker's dozen to get you through the weekend. And so drink it in, man. Just drink it in. All right, we're going to get to what we love here at the little split decision. And so if you're not familiar with split decision, it's very simple. What I like to do is put these two up against each other, and we're going to have them battle it out. So we're going to have 3 questions, 2 sides, and then we're going to make sure we have one winner at the end of this. They have 60 seconds, 30 seconds each on each topic. As you can see, we're already going to stay around the MLB All-Star Game weekend event, whatever you want to call it. And so these next 2 are all about the home run derby. But the first one, I have to ask a simple question. Just, should every team have an all-star selection? So I think I have a quarter around here somewhere. I don't, maybe a kid took it. Oh, no, it's here. It's here. I knew it. If I hit it under my laptop, I can find it. All right. So who won the last time? Oh, it was Mark, because you beat Shredded Lettuce. And so I'm going to let you call it in the air, and then you can decide whether you go first or last. So, Mark, call heads or tails? Is Mark frozen?
Call it, big man. Heads or tails?
Mark, you're on the mute thing.
There you go. It's showing you're muted.
I said tails.
It's tails. I don't know how you did that, but it's just tails. So we had to unmute you myself. I'm not sure how you did that.
I don't know how I got there either. I haven't touched it.
All right. So you're going to go ahead and start for us. Is that correct?
I will gladly start.
All right. So Mark is going to start. And if you would, in the comments, do me a favor. Help me decide who wins each time. because that will help me. And yes, that was a controversial coin toss. I agree, Joe. But we're going to go ahead and move on and let Mark go first. Mark was here, so I'm going to have to give him that. But Mark, you're going to go ahead and lead us off, and I'm going to go on you. But the question is very simple. Should every MLB team have an all-star selection?
Look, I know that this is not the popular take, but yes, absolutely. This is Major League Baseball. It's not some exclusive private club for juggernauts like the Yankees and Dodgers. Every fan base buys tickets. Every team fills out a 162-game schedule, and every city deserves a seat at the All-Star table. This is not participation trophy talk, so let's can that now. This is about market respect and league unity. If you're charging fans across the country the same prices, then damn it, they all deserve to see a player represented.
No, definitely don't. I don't care if it's the Yankees, Braves, or Red Sox. If you got 4 guys that's hit 30 home runs, I don't want to see Brent Rooker's ass from the Athletics show up anywhere in the All-Star game over any of those guys. I don't care about fairness. This is called sports. It's not always fair. I teach my 6-year-olds that in soccer. You lose or you win. If you're going to show up, you have to try to win. No, you don't allow everybody in. Fan attendance, people are going to show up because there's nothing else going on in the summer. They're going to be
This
there.
it's not about fairness. It's about growing the market and letting small market teams have a
the 27 Athletic fans are going to come all the way from Sacramento to watch Brent Rooker in the All-Star game? They don't even go to their own home game.
Base. You're growing a base because you're exposing those players, those very players, to a broader base. Absolutely. From a business standpoint, it's absolutely the best way to go.
Well, good. The Athletics can get their Brent Rooker All-Star shirt, and that'll be what they wear for the rest of their life because they're not going to do anything ever.
All right. I'm going to pause you both. All right. We do have one comment in here that Robbie is winning, and now Joe says Mark is trailing, which means that Robbie is winning. All right. I am not going to elaborate exactly who I think has won that one, but I do want to have some follow-up because there is a very important thing in here that Joe brought to my attention, Mark. Mark trashed the Rockies and how bad they suck, but then turns around and says they deserve an all-star. What do you say about that, Mark?
Look, if I want to see rosters filled out with basically 2 or 3 teams, go see those teams play during the regular season where you're still going to see that same number of people. This is a broader base. It helps expand it. Yes, the Rockies are horrible. They suck. Does that mean that they don't have a player who is capable to show off their talents, his talents, at an all-star game? No, it doesn't. It's just it's the right business move for the league to grow its fan base.
What Rocky got picked to go to the All-Star game?
Hunter Goodman, the catcher.
So they pulled a name out of the hat and Hunter won. So
dude's having a hell of a season.
Well, I bet him tonight, but I wouldn't put him in an All-Star game.
No, my God. Okay. So if Joe, you're going to come at me for being a hypocrite, the fact that you're betting this guy and you're like, who is he?
I know who he is. I just told you I'm betting him tonight, but I don't want to see him in an All-Star game. I'm also betting Nate Landwehr tomorrow night. He's a plus 225 underdog. That has nothing to do with anything. I know who Hunter Goodman is. I know a lot of the Rockies players because a lot of them can mash, but they don't mash near as much as anybody else in the league. Yeah, not worth an All-Star pick.
Robbie betting him was the best thing because the fact that he has a bet on that guy that made it to the All-Star game. We're arguing about him needing to be or getting to be in there. So anyway, all right, let's move on because we have 2 more. And no matter how much I love this, we have to move on. So we have our next one, and it's about the home run derby, which as a kid, I assume that we all were the same growing up and watching, these larger than life characters really just kind of, putting on a show, right? It's all about the entertainment part of it, but then seeing the craziness. There's been so many that I thought that this could go so many different directions, and I still hope it does go so many different directions with who you pick. I don't know if I have one winner right now in my mind in this, but I want to go ahead and load this up to you. And Robbie, you're going to lead us off. The best performance in the home run derby
is Ken Griffey Jr., and there's nobody else because in the 90s, that's the only player that mattered no matter what he was doing. He has 3 wins, 94, 98, 99. You know how many people have 3 wins? No one. He's the only one that's done it. He's the only Mariner that has done it. Maybe Cal Raleigh will come up. but it's Ken Griffey Jr. You talk about a guy who they do know who he is, no matter who he plays for. He's the one who I think of anytime I think of the home run derby. Do y'all remember when he hit it off that warehouse in Baltimore? Almost every year they show that clip of him banking it off that warehouse.
Blah, blah, blah. We're not talking about historically over the home run derby. We're talking about iconic moments in time. And when we talk about iconic moments in time, you can't leave Josh Hamilton at Yankee Stadium in 2008 out of that conversation. He did a mythical performance of all time in the biggest platform in Major League Baseball, Yankee Stadium. 28 home runs. Most of them over 500 feet. What are we talking about?
Wow. All right.
I'm going to – that's who people think of when it comes to the home run derby. Josh Hamilton.
All right. Well, what I was going to say is I think of Josh Hamilton as my numero uno because, yes, as Joe says, Mark is back in the game, and I do think it is a tie game now because I would have went with Robbie in the first round. Did not want to share that information because I was hoping Mark would show up in the second. So it looks like the guy who goes second is leading right now. So Robbie gets to go second. We'll see if that continues. But that Josh Hamilton performance in Yankee Stadium was incredible. I do love, Robbie, what I will ding you for.
Look, let me say this real quick. Full transparency, I had Ken Griffey and Josh Hamilton, but since he gave me the layup in the first round, I figured I would let him have Josh Hamilton in the second round. Full transparency, I have a write-up for both, and I was like, you know what? He gave me a bone. I'll give him a bone. I'll just see if I can somehow debate it. So, yeah.
Good call. Well, there you go. Well, I was going to say that I love Ken Griffey Jr. in the home run derby. If you would have brought just one event, one performance, not all of them together, I would have at least given it a better thought. So
there's nobody. It's Josh
yeah,
Hamilton.
It was the best. All right. Well, this next one, we're going to continue with the home run derby, and we're going to ask the simple question of who will win this year's home run derby. And so because of that, I had a little bit of a graphic that we had. So I figured I would show everybody. So the home run derby this year is July the 14th. And we have, look at these guys, Acuna. We got Jazz Chisholm. I'm not sure why. Cal Raleigh, James Wood, I can never say his name. Camarino, whatever his name is.
Caminero,
that's it. Brent Rooker, Byron Buxton, and then O'Neal Cruz Jr. Does anybody, everybody understands and knows who all of these guys are? Everybody good on that?
Yeah, because Hunter Goodman's not on there, so nobody had to ask that question.
Okay. So everybody is good. I got a question. Is there anybody that you would like to have seen that is not on that list? Robbie, I'll let you go first.
I probably wouldn't have wanted to see Jazz. I think you could have subbed him out for somebody. But, I mean, it's a solid list. I like that list.
Anybody that you would have liked to see out or in, Mark?
Yeah, I'm a little shocked, actually, that more of the bigger names are not in. And I especially if we're talking about an all-star game and a chance to showcase the MLB, where are the Ohtanis? Where are the judges? Cleveland, Ramirez.
Jose Ramirez.
Yeah. Where are the big names that are they're crushing it
right
this season, and they're not here. So it's like to me.
Okay. Well, these are the guys.
I do have to show this.
Whoa,
I'm sorry.
Look at that.
That made me laugh. Yeah, they gave me buttons now, guys. I can press buttons. But I did have to show this.
Yeah, you just got suspended.
and taken away. No, so looks like look at Rooker in the middle. He was one of the. I knew he was going to be in it, but I could not say anything. So that does it makes me feel good that I knew the information before the rest of the world. But I knew Rooker was going to be in it on Tuesday, but they could not release the information at that moment. I don't know why. I didn't ask that question. I just said, okay, cool. So anyway, so Brent Rooker, he's a Memphian. He went to high school here, and so we know him a little bit. I don't know him personally, but I know enough of who he surrounds himself with. So let's go ahead and get to our last one, and we're going to just choose who is the home run derby winner. Does anybody know the stats on this or the odds at all? And don't share if you do, but does anybody know the odds? Looks like both these guys know the odds. All right. Well, Mark, you're going to go first in this one because you did win the coin flip. So third round, you go first. So the simple question is, Mark, who will win this year's home run derby?
Now, O'Neal Cruz at plus 330. Why? Dude is a walking definition of jaw-dropping power. He holds the record for the hardest hit ball in StatCast history of almost 123 miles per hour. And this derby format is built exactly for freaks just like him. He's got a smooth swing. He generates power when he doesn't even look like he's swinging hard. I love this. He's got plate discipline. He's launch after launch after launch. Yes, he's a derby rookie, but guess what? He's winning this year.
All right. I'm taking James Wood. You got power and youth on his side. He can go the long distance against anyone in the Derby. He's only 22, so longevity, you don't really have to worry about that. No one else has seen the treatment he's received since Barry Bonds. They walked him 4 straight times. So you're going to throw him up some meatballs and let him crush it out of the park? I like the rookie. He's going to be the only third Washington National to come up to the event. Bryce Harper and Juan Soto were the other two. They both won. I think James Wood makes it 3 for Washington. Give me him as my pick for the home run derby.
All right.
Is there any more innuendo you could work into that take, Robbie? I mean, any more?
I don't know.
Innuendo?
You picked a guy named O'Neal Cruz who never shows up when you bet him, so I can't imagine he's going to show up for a meaningless event like the All-Star game.
Goodness. Wood to go deep, taking the kind of punishment and the treatment he gets night after night. What are we talking about?
Talking about a guy who mashes home runs, and he's 22, and he's going up against O'Neal Cruz, who won't see it after the first round.
All right, well, I'm going to leave this one up to the chat. And so I know we have people hanging out with us. So if you have a winner, just put in Robbie or Mark as all. It's very simple. And I'll let them kind of give us who the winner is today. So whoever has the most. And so in all honesty, one person does it, so be it. That's the person that wins. But I'm going to ask another question because we do have the odds and we do know who is going to be in it because of that. We showed you the graphic there. But if I had to ask you, who are the 4 that you think move on? And so, Mark, I'll let you go first. We obviously have those 8. If you had to pick 4 guys that move on to the second round, who would they be?
You got to be Cal Raleigh. Don't you dare, Robert. It's got to be Cal Raleigh, O'Neal Cruz. I like Rooker.
Oh.
And I think, give me the hometown boy in Acuna Jr.
Okay. Completely skipped over James Wood. So at this point, all right. Even coaching companies coming in here with a Robbie. It looks like we know who that came from. Robbie, do you have 4? Who do you think?
For the get out of the first round, I'm going to take James Wood, take Cal Raleigh, take Ronald Acuna, and
O'Neal Cruz for the win.
Not O'Neal Cruz. I don't know who's going up against who. That's my only fault.
No, there's not that this year. It's not.
Okay. Give me Jazz since I trashed him. Give me Jazz just because I trashed him.
You know what's going to happen? Either Robbie's going to bet O'Neal Cruz and Cruz will tank. And Robbie's going to be like, see, I told you. Every time I play him, he tanks. Or he won't. Cruz will win. And he's going to be like, damn it. I should have played him.
No, I'm going to say that's the reason why he wins because I didn't play him. I'm sure there's going to be some kind of free bet somewhere I can throw on O'Neal.
All right. So we're going to have to go with the winner is Mark. I never thought I would say that, but Mark is the winner today. Because of that, I'm going to give you your 15 seconds of fame and anything that you have to say for the beautiful people on your win today.
I just appreciate all the support. I think it takes a lot of courage to step up and do the right thing. So I appreciate folks in the chat doing that.
Wow, such an ass kisser.
All right, so I do like O'Neal Cruz. Before we get to our saloon shot, I like O'Neal Cruz. But I think that lefties have a better advantage, in my opinion, just from watching all the games. They're in Truist Park in Atlanta. So James Wood comes to mind. Obviously, Brent Rooker comes to mind. I think that they could easily just lay it out and send it into the chop house, which would be awesome. So we'll see. But O'Neal Cruz has like freak power. Dude's a freak.
I think. Why does he not do it on a consistent basis?
because he's free swinger, and because of that, you can free swing because somebody's just throwing you layups right there. But
that's like asking why are artists so quirky? Dude's he's an artist. Let him do his art.
Well, you know who
looks like my finger paintings from kindergarten. You always pick them out on the wall because they were the worst. That's what I think about his art.
Well, you know who I do not think gets out of the first round? Cal Raleigh. I think that he is a good player, and I think that he can swing it. I don't think he has that natural uppercut swing, and because of that, I don't think he makes it out. And so he would be a guy that I would not pull for, even though he's leading the majors in home runs. I don't think he gets out of that first round personally. I just think you have people at free swingers.
It's tough to do on a consistent rapid fire where you're swinging and swinging and swinging. It's a lot harder to do than when you're just standing there at the plate, focused on one pitch, and that's it.
True.
I agree. And yes, I do hate big dumpers, and I cannot lie. All right, well, let's go ahead and go to something that we call here the saloon shot. And yes, it was a Cinderella story, just like Robbie's one shot to get in and all these other knuckleheads that are big to get into the saloon. But they're in the saloon, and I'm not, and I'm bitter. All right, into the saloon where you can shoot your shot. These guys already done it. Preston, Robbie, and Joe, who is the inaugural winner. Thank you all for your service here, but the time is up. Today, we're going to crown somebody new to get in. But Robbie, you lead us off because you're the only one on the panel that has struck gold. So what you got for your saloon pick today?
Not crowning anybody new. I'm just going to get a second crown by my name. Going Aaron Judge and Seiya Suzuki. Shout out to Taj for calling him out. You can get this at plus 1,000 on the dot at DraftKings, but they have their King of the Diamond, so I got it at plus 1,500. Suzuki has 14 home runs in away games compared to 11 at home. He has 12 home runs at night. Both of those factors. He's going up against Carlos Rodon, who throws the fastball almost every pitch. Not really, about 42% of the time, but he should see a fastball. Judge, I mean, what is there to say? I've already gone over his stats. He's 3 for 6 with 2 home runs on flexing. He has a great home run numbers at night and at home, 17 home runs at night, 16 at home. I think this should be the easiest saloon I ever cashed.
Wow, the easiest saloon. All right, well, just like my guarantee, I'm going to go ahead and let Mark follow that one up because looks like, as Joe calls, there is 2 guys on Judge. So what do you have, first, Mark?
So full disclosure, I knew that I had been forgetting something all day. And at 20 minutes till the start of the show, I realized and went, oh, the saloon. This is my got to get lucky at plus 13. Lucky 13 for me today. We gave out 13 picks on the show. 1,300 are the odds here. You know what happened? You know what the average of when you add 13 and 13 together, it's 26. Take the average of that. That's 13. I think it all makes sense. We're going to go with Aaron Judge to get a home run and Vlad Guerrero Jr. to get a home run.
I do want to mention the last time we were here on the 13th, it didn't go so well. So I don't want to ruin your flow there, but Friday the 13th was a literal murder.
Yeah. All right. Well, we know how it happens, only coming, or showing up a little bit later and just thinking about putting something in 20 minutes for a show. Who would do that? Not I, because I have the rebound hound, Natasha Howard. We're going 10 plus rebounds here. It's at plus 1250. The best odds is over at my friends, the BetMGM people. But she's done this 3 out of the last 5 games. Natasha Howard is going to be rebounding like crazy. We have our girl, Brittany Griner. She's the center for Atlanta. Well, guess what? That only keeps in check Aaliyah Boston. And so because of that, all these free rebounds will be falling in Miss Howard's lap. So why not go for 10? And so I'm going to go ahead and cash my guarantee And then my saloon guarantee at plus 1250 today. I'm getting in today. We ride. And so I'm excited to be in, boys. So it feels good already. I don't even know why I feel so good, but it just feels good to be in the saloon. It's nice in here. So I appreciate y'all for having me.
I don't know where you're at. Me, Joe, and Preston are all here, but we don't see you.
Yeah, the air conditioner doesn't work over here. I don't know what's happening, but
don't get me started. Don't get me started.
That is our saloon picks. And honestly, this show, I hope everybody enjoys it as much as we do, because now going 40 minutes, it seems like it flies. We've made some changes on our plays, and so we're going to try to see if we can give them to you a little bit bigger, easier to read, but also making sure that we have our chance to just get us on the screen and better give you a better looking layout just overall. So hope everybody enjoys that moving forward. One, it's a B to produce. I just learned that today. It was a pain. So I'm going to have to make some adjustments on my end, but we're going to get it together. Maybe not show up 5 minutes before the show starts would be the first thing I would say. But all in all, it was it's going to be a good weekend. So Mark, any final thoughts that you have, anything that you're watching, anything you're doing this weekend?
I am spending this weekend working on nothing but the NFL models and rolling that out for we're doing a ton of back testing. I'm not going to nerd out on you, but yes, it's going to be all weekend long, cooped up, looking at screens, making sure that the data and the stats and everything are flowing correctly, and getting ready for football.
Yeah. Football. Do we know how many days away? It's got to be 50 something, right?
Yeah. God, last I thought was 56, 57.
Okay. So we're
preseason at the end of the month.
Yeah.
I mean, I know you can bet on that. So
wow, that's nuts. All right. Robbie, anything you got for the good people?
I will not be inside. I'm currently building a Ninja Warrior obstacle course outside my house. And as you two both know, I literally almost died this week doing that. So I'm going to finish that up, try to get all that done. I'm going to watch Nate's fight tomorrow, and I really hope he wins. Win, lose, or draw, the dude's done something in Clarksville that nobody else has done. So shout out to him. But, yeah, I'm with you, Mark. I'm itching for football. I think every Friday now, I think I have enough jerseys. I think I'm just going to wear a football jersey from here on out till football starts.
For those who don't know the whole story, Rob sent DG and I a text saying, I just passed out.
Outside.
So, to your credit, Rob, you did the most ninja thing I've ever heard. It just dropped.
I've never been knocked out before, but if that's what it feels like to be knocked out, I never want that feeling again.
Yeah. Wow. I actually know that feeling all too well. I've been knocked out, I think, 3 times in my life. And so, yes, you wake up and you're just like, what just happened? And so, yes, I know that feeling all too well. One, because of a sickness. I literally was trying to get to the restroom to throw up, and I ran into the wall as a kid. And I wake up to my mom slapping my face saying, Daniel, wake up, wake up. I was like, oh, God.
Why'd you get a C in English?
Hey, I got rewarded for a C in English, by God. That was a good day.
C's get degrees, baby.
Absolutely. All right. Well, that will be our show today. Thank you all for hanging out with us on a beautiful Friday. But for Robbie and Mark, I am DG. Thank you all for continuously showing us support and love. We can't thank you enough. But we'll see you back Monday. Don't forget to show up 2 p.m. Eastern right here at Coach Company.